Yeah, totally. Let's actually take a look and see how compressors work and why we use them. So the most common use of a compressor is using it in situations where we have a signal, aka sound, that is inconsistent in volume that we want to be consistent in volume. So the first thing I would say is when you're looking at a sound or hearing a sound, make sure the volume is actually inconsistent. If it's not, you really probably don't need a compressor. So for example, in one of my upcoming releases, this guy, if you actually look at the vocal across the whole song, you'll see that the volume is pretty consistent. I really don't need a compressor, but I still did anyway, it's just a lot less. So if you take a listen to this vocal, which sounds like this.
And I will take you deep inside of my heart where I'm drowning.
So essentially what the compressor is doing is as it hears the audio signal, it's reducing the volume of it by a certain amount, in this case 3 dBs. Well, that's because all compressors have something inside of them called a threshold. And what the threshold basically indicates is that, hey, once the volume of the sound goes over this certain dB amount, I want you to reduce the volume by some amount according to something called the ratio. So what the ratio does is tells the compressor how much to compress by when something goes over a set threshold amount. In this case, I have a 4:1 ratio. And so what that means is that for every 4 dB you go over above the threshold, I'm going to reduce the volume by 3, aka giving you 1 dB back. What the attack and release does is tells the compressor, hey, how fast do I want you to respond to the incoming signal? How fast I want you to activate and start compressing? And on the opposite of the fence, how fast do I want you to let go of compression once the volume goes below a certain threshold? So hopefully that clears it up. As always, if you guys have videos like this explaining kind of the more problematic elements of mixing, make sure to like and follow for more.